Every month, somewhere around $200 leaves your bank account for 3 bottles. One for your skin, for your bones, and another for your heart. You twist the caps, swallow the pills, and trust that nothing else could do what those capsules promise. But 9 plants growing within walking distance of your house do the same job for the cost of a single seed packet. And by the end of this video, you will know every single one of them, where they grow, and why the companies selling you those bottles hope you never find out. The global collagen supplement market is on track to exceed $28 billion. Calcium supplements sit around $10 billion. Omega-3 supplements pull in over $4 billion every single year. Combined, these 3 categories extract tens of billions annually from people seeking what 9 backyard plants provide for almost nothing. Most people believe that collagen, calcium, and omega-3 can only come from expensive powders, pills, or specific animal products. That belief keeps the supplement aisle profitable, but centuries of ethnobotanical evidence, confirmed by modern research across multiple countries, show that these same nutrients exist in higher concentrations in plants that most Westerners have been taught to ignore, pull from their gardens, or spray with herbicide. 3 categories, 9 plants, plus one bonus that might be the most important plant on this entire list. Every single one of them is growable at home. The average collagen powder costs somewhere between $30 and $50 a month. Marine collagen requires industrial fish processing. Bovine collagen requires slaughterhouse byproducts. Both require factories, cold chain shipping, and layers of middlemen before a plastic tub reaches your bathroom counter. But your body does not actually need to consume collagen directly. It needs specific raw materials to build its own, and plants provide exactly that. The first one is sitting on millions of windowsills right now, and almost nobody thinks of it as food. Aloe vera. You probably own one already. You have probably snapped a leaf off to treat a sunburn. But researchers found that when subjects consumed aloe vera gel daily for 90 days, their facial wrinkle depth measurably decreased and skin elasticity significantly improved. The mechanism is a polysaccharide called asmannan that stimulates the body to produce both hyaluronic acid and collagen on its own. Ayurvedic physicians in India documented these properties over 3,000 years ago. A single aloe plant on a kitchen windowsill regrows its leaves continuously. One plant, no monthly subscription, no plastic tub. The second one grows in meadows, ditch banks, and along roadsides across every temperate climate on Earth. Horsetail. It looks like a miniature prehistoric tree because it essentially is one. This plant has existed for over 300 million years, and it contains the highest silica concentration of any living plant species. Between 5 and 8% of its dry weight is pure silica. That matters because silica is the cofactor your body needs to cross-link collagen fibers. Without silica, collagen molecules cannot form their structural bonds properly. While horsetail contains impressive amounts of silica, wild harvesting requires extreme caution. The common field horsetail, Equisetum arvense, looks nearly identical to the highly toxic marsh horsetail, Equisetum palostra, which contains hazardous alkaloids. Additionally, raw horsetail contains thiaminase, an enzyme that destroys vitamin B1 in the body. If you choose to use this plant, ensure it is correctly identified and boil it thoroughly to deactivate the thiaminase enzyme, limiting its use to short-term intervals. You have probably mowed over it without knowing what it was. The third one is the most scientifically documented collagen-stimulating plant in existence. In Thailand, street vendors sell it fresh in bags. In Sri Lanka, it grows along rice paddy edges and village footpaths. In India, Ayurvedic practitioners have prescribed it for wound healing for centuries. Cola. The key compound is called asiaticoside. Researchers confirmed that it directly stimulates type 1 collagen synthesis in human skin cells. This is not folk tradition alone. This is peer-reviewed cell biology confirming what traditional healers across Southeast Asia have practiced for generations. Cola grows as a creeping ground cover. It spreads aggressively in moist soil. It thrives in containers on a shaded patio. One planting creates a permanent, self-expanding collagen support supply that never needs replacing. Those 3 plants handle collagen. But there is a second bottle in that pharmacy aisle that costs even more per year. And the plants that replace it are even more common. Calcium supplements are a $10 billion industry built on a strange foundation. Many of the most popular calcium pills use calcium carbonate. That is ground up limestone, rock powder in a gelatin capsule. The human body absorbs it poorly because calcium carbonate lacks the organic acids and cofactors that help the gut pull calcium into the bloodstream. Plant-derived calcium arrives already bound to those cofactors. The absorption rate is significantly higher, and 3 plants deliver calcium concentrations that match or exceed dairy without any of the processing. The first one is the most familiar weed in the Western world. It grows in every lawn, every sidewalk crack, every neglected garden bed on the continent. Dandelion greens, you have pulled them out of your yard, you have sprayed them, you have cursed them for ruining your grass. And then you drove to the pharmacy and bought a bottle of calcium pills. The irony is brutal. 100 grams of raw dandelion greens contain 187 milligrams of calcium. That is comparable to whole milk. The USDA has this on record. Chinese physicians during the Tang Dynasty prescribed dandelion as a bone-strengthening food over 1,000 years ago. Laboratory research has since confirmed that dandelion extract promotes the growth of osteoblasts, the cells that build new bone tissue. This plant grows everywhere. It costs nothing. It comes back every single year without replanting. The second one is the plant people avoid because it bites back. Stinging nettle. Touch the leaves with bare skin and microscopic needles inject formic acid. It hurts. It swells. It makes you want to tear the plant out and burn it. But dried stinging nettle leaf contains 481 milligrams of calcium per 100 grams. That is more than double the calcium in dandelion. And unlike spinach or chard, nettle contains almost no oxalates. Oxalates are the compounds that bind to calcium and block your body from absorbing it. Nettle delivers its calcium clean. During famine periods across Northern Europe, families survived on nettle soup because it was one of the most nutrient-dense wild foods available. Blanching or drying the leaves completely removes the sting. A patch of nettles in a corner of your yard becomes a permanent calcium source that requires zero maintenance and returns stronger every spring. The third one is the plant that put all other calcium sources to shame. In West Africa, village mothers dry its leaves and grind them into powder to add to porridge. In South Asia, it grows along roadsides and in backyards as a common shade tree. The World Health Organization has used it in malnutrition intervention programs across multiple countries. Moringa. Gram for gram, dried moringa leaf powder contains roughly 4 times the calcium of whole milk. Researchers confirmed the high mineral bioavailability, meaning the body actually absorbs what moringa delivers, not just passes it through. A moringa tree can be harvested within months of planting. In tropical climates, a single tree produces continuously for decades. In temperate climates, it grows as a fast annual or a container plant brought indoors for winter. One tree can supply a household with more calcium than a year of supplement bottles. Collagen handled, calcium handled. But the third bottle, the omega-3 supplement, is the one the industry protects most fiercely. Because the plants that replace it threaten a $4 billion market built on a single story that most people have never questioned. In the 1970s, Danish researchers traveled to Greenland to study Inuit populations. They noticed that despite enormous fat consumption, the Inuit had remarkably low rates of heart disease. The researchers credited omega-3 fatty acids from fish. That single finding launched an industry. Fish oil capsules entered the market in the 1980s. Marketing campaigns taught Western consumers that omega-3 means fish. By 2024, the global omega-3 supplement market reached $4 billion annually. Fish oil dominates. Krill oil captures the premium segment. Algae oil serves the vegetarian niche. Every single product requires industrial extraction, purification, encapsulation, quality control, and cold chain shipping. The complexity creates barriers to entry. The barriers protect profit margins. But multiple plants contain equal or higher concentrations of omega-3, and several of them self-seed permanently. The first one is a seed most people already recognize, but almost no one thinks to grow at home. Chia. Aztec warriors carried chia as a primary endurance food on long campaigns across Central America. The seeds contain roughly 17.5 grams of omega-3 per 100 grams. Modern research confirmed the full fatty acid profile, but here is what most people miss. You do not have to buy chia in bags at the grocery store. Chia grows as microgreens on a kitchen counter in 5 days. The sprouts deliver the same omega-3 profile with higher bioavailability than dried seeds because the fats are in living cellular form. A shallow tray, some water, and a handful of seeds produce a continuous rotation of fresh omega-3 greens without ever leaving your house. The second one is the oldest cultivated omega-3 crop on Earth. Archaeologists have found flaxseed in Mesopotamian settlements dating back 5,000 years. Flax contains approximately 22.8 grams of alpha-linolenic acid, ALA, omega-3 per 100 grams. That is the highest concentration of any commercial seed. A meta-analysis confirmed cardiovascular benefits from daily flaxseed consumption. Flax grows in poor soil. It tolerates cold climates. It produces harvestable seed within a single growing season. Farmers across Canada, the northern United States, and northern Europe grow it commercially, but a small backyard patch produces enough seed for a household. A wooden hand press extracts the oil without damaging the omega-3 content. No factory required. The third one is the most absurd entry on this entire list. It is the 8th most common plant on Earth. It grows wild on every continent except Antarctica. It self-seeds aggressively in sidewalk cracks, garden beds, disturbed soil, and vacant lots. And it is the highest omega-3 leafy green ever measured. Purslane. A landmark study by researcher Artemis Simopoulos at the Center for Genetics, Nutrition, and Health in Washington, D.C., confirmed that purslane contains approximately 400 milligrams of ALA omega-3 per 100 grams of fresh weight. No other leafy green comes close. Greek grandmothers have eaten it in salads for centuries. Turkish cuisine features it in cold dishes dressed with yogurt and garlic. Mexican families cook it as verdolagas with pork and green salsa. Across Southern Europe, the Middle East, and Latin America, purslane is everyday food. In the United States, it is classified as a noxious weed in multiple states. The same plant, the same nutrition, different labels. But there is one more, and it might be the most important plant in this entire video. There is an herb growing across East Asia that contains between 54% and 64% omega-3 fatty acids in its seed oil. More than flax, more than chia, more than any supplement on the market. Perilla. In Korea, they call it kayanip. Walk into any Korean restaurant tonight and watch the table next to you. They will wrap grilled meat in large green leaves with serrated edges and purple undersides. That is not lettuce. That is perilla. 500 million people across Asia eat it every single week. In Japan, they call it shiso. Every piece of sashimi arrives with a perilla leaf underneath. Japanese chefs have known for 500 years that the leaf contains compounds that inhibit bacteria and parasites. In China, traditional medicine cabinets have stocked dried perilla for treating dozens of conditions for over 2,000 years. A clinical trial found that perilla extract reduced seasonal allergy symptoms by 50%. The active compound rosmarinic acid exists in higher concentrations in perilla than in any other culinary herb ever tested. Higher than rosemary, higher than basil, higher than oregano. While these plants are incredibly rich in alpha-linolenic acid, the plant-based precursor to omega-3, the human body must convert it into the active long-chain forms, EPA and DHA, which protect your heart and brain. Because the human enzymatic conversion rate of alpha-linolenic acid to EPA and DHA is biologically limited, often converting less than 5% to 10%. These plants serve as excellent anti-inflammatory dietary foundations rather than a direct, high-potency replacement for metabolic marine oils. Search the major medical research databases. Type fish oil omega-3 and you will find over 15,000 studies. Type perilla oil omega-3 and you will find 400. The ratio is 37:1. Not because fish oil works better, because fish oil has funding. Companies fund research that supports their products. They do not fund research that makes their products unnecessary. A self-seeding plant cannot be patented. A cold-pressed oil cannot be protected. A farmer with a wooden press in a backyard shed can produce omega-3 oil that competes with a $4 billion industry. Perilla produces between 1,000 and 4,000 seeds per plant. 85% of those seeds germinate. They remain viable in soil for 5 years. Plant it once during one good season. Next spring, it returns without permission. The spring after that, it returns again. Korean farming villages have documented perilla patches growing on the same land for 10 generations. No replanting, no purchasing new seed. The crop simply continues. 9 plants, 3 supplement categories, over $200 a month that most people hand over without knowing the alternative exists. Go to cola, aloe vera, and horsetail replace collagen powder. Dandelion, stinging nettle, and moringa replace calcium pills. Purslane, chia, flax, and perilla replace omega-3 capsules. Most of them grow wild. Most of them self-seed. Most of them have been used by cultures across the world for centuries or millennia. The knowledge was never hidden by any conspiracy. It was hidden by economics. Plants that self-seed generate no repeat revenue. Plants that grow wild generate no marketing budget. What cannot be sold cannot be marketed. What cannot be marketed does not enter public consciousness. Korean grandmothers knew about perilla. Indian villagers knew about moringa. Greek farmers knew about purslane. European herbalists knew about nettle and horsetail. Thai healers knew about gotu kola. The information existed in every culture that still maintained a relationship with the land. The only populations that lost access were the ones that replaced that relationship with a pharmacy aisle. One season of planting replaces years of monthly purchases. The plants exist. The research exists. The only thing that ever stood between you and these 9 plants was the fact that no one who profits from those 3 bottles had any reason to introduce you.